everybody, it's Heather Morano, the Merry Spinster, here with another Aramid Herbals Do-It-Yourself. Today we're going to be focusing on itch sticks. So I think the last time I did bug repellent, something you could make yourself. And this is an itch stick. It's going to be in these little tubes, like they're roll-up tubes, just like lip balm. And you'll be able to rub them right on whatever bug bites you happen to get. Because even the bug repellent we made before is not completely 100%. So we have a couple of things here. I'm actually going to show you how to do this. I have right here a little pot with water in it. I'm going to start that boiling. We're actually not going to boil it the whole time because we don't want to overheat the oils we're going to put in here, but we're going to start it at a boil. We have a Pyrex dish that's empty right now, little pour spout, which is sometimes handy. In this case, we're going to use something else. I'm going to sit it directly in the water, so this is kind of a double boiling effect. And then we have the items that we're going to use to make this itch stick. So, beeswax pastilles, we have golden jojoba oil, coconut oil, and then the three essential oils we're going to use for this are actually really powerhouse oils. The first one is lavender. The second one is helichrysum, which I'll talk about all three of these so you get a better idea what they do. And the third one is peppermint. So while the water's boiling, I'll just tell you really quickly. Helichrysum is an oil that is produced mainly in Corsica and Croatia. It's extremely therapeutic. This oil is kind of like the magic oil. It does so much. It is an analgesic. It is an anti-inflammatory. It is an anti-allergenic. It is antidepressant. It's antispasmodic. It is a cell regenerative oil. So that's what's so great about putting it in this itch stick, because it's going to help regenerate the cells around that infected bite. It's very skin healing and it's wound healing. Very great properties for an oil. So it's a fresh, herbaceous kind of warm smell. It's really nice. Then of course we have lavender, and most of us know lavender. We use this for various different things. This has a million properties as well. It's antiviral. It is an analgesic. It's anti-inflammatory. It's antibacterial. It's an antidepressant. It's also an airborne antimicrobial. So little hint, if you've got a lot of illness going around in your family, which happens, I have two little kids, it happens all the time. If you have a diffuser and you put this in the diffuser, lavender, it's an airborne antimicrobial. So it's actually going to attack the germs that are actually floating around in the air every time someone sneezes or coughs. Pretty powerful stuff. It's also an antifungal, it's an anti-rheumatic, antispasmodic, and in this case, it's also cell regenerative. It also is skin healing and wound healing. So another powerful oil to put in our little itch stick. It also has a really fresh and floral smell if you have actually never experienced lavender. And then finally we have peppermint. Peppermint, wonderful oil, has, again, a million properties. Analgesic, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, anti-emetic, so really good when you're feeling not so well. This also can work really well in an inhaler, a little stick inhaler, or in your diffuser if you're really nauseous, especially for children who are getting over stomach flu or something and they can't eat. This will help get rid of the nausea so they can get their appetite back. Antifungal, antioxidant, antispasmodic, and antiviral, astringent, and it's very cooling, as you know, peppermint, right? So it's fresh and minty smell, really nice. So the cooling aspect is actually works really well in an itch stick. I remember when I was really little, we used to have a product, I think it's still on the market, called Campho-Phenique, and it had a lot of peppermint oil in it, and it really created this cooling kind of almost burning, not hot burning, but cold sensation, and it helped the itch stop. So that's one of the reasons it's in this recipe. And then we have these little tubes that I said here. These are oval shaped, but these are lip balm tubes, and they work great for an itch stick because you don't need something huge. I also have my scale here and my little glass stirrer. You can use a spoon, no big deal. There's nothing saying you have to use glass. And then finally I have this pipette, and because these tubes are so small, pouring directly from the Pyrex is just going to get it everywhere. So I like to use the pipette, and you just got to work fast so that the beeswax doesn't cool too much and then it just kind of locks up on you. So, sounds like the water is just about heated. Let's go ahead and measure out our beeswax. We are going to need 0.5 ounces, so half an ounce. Let me set my tare first. So this scale, I have a little bowl on top. I'm going to set the tare so that it reads as 0, 0. It's not counting the bowl now. I'm going to measure out, that's 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Okay. And you know, it doesn't have to be totally exact. The more beeswax you have, I'm going to turn this down now that it's boiling. The more beeswax that you have, the harder the stick is going to be. So if you like a super hard stick, you can add more beeswax. If you want it to be a little bit softer, you can add less. Okay, so those are going to start melting, and what helps it to melt is actually adding your next oil, and in this case it's golden jojoba. And we are going to do, again, half an ounce. So this is still tared, it's 0, 0 right now. I'm going to pour my half ounce in here, that's 0.2, 0.4, 0.5. Okay, so adding the oil actually helps the beeswax to melt a little bit faster. This oil is fine over heat. It doesn't have any issues with too much heat. I'm going to use a little scraper here and get all the oil in. But some oils, like shea, are very sensitive to heat, so you kind of want to add those after everything melts and just kind of mix it in. Okay, so let me make sure my tare, yep, tare is still 0, 0. The next oil we're going to add is coconut oil, and that also can seriously take the heat, as you may know. So we need an ounce of that. I'm going to scoop out, so the coconut oil is the most that we're going to use here. Oh, almost. Very close. Perfect. 1 ounce. So I'm going to add this. Okay. And now we are just going to melt this. It's going to take a few minutes. So when we come back, I will add the oils, and then we will fill our tubes, and our itch stick will be complete. Okay, so the beeswax is just about melted finally in the jojoba and the coconut oil. I'm just stirring it here. Stirring it seems to make it melt a little bit faster. So I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to take my Pyrex out now. It's not hot on the outside, so that's great. Okay, so here we have our nice golden oils here, all melted together with the beeswax. And I'm going to add in the essential oils. So we're going to have 15 drops of lavender. And 15 drops of helichrysum. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And only 5 drops of peppermint. Don't want to overdo it with the peppermint. it'll be a little too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now we're going to mix these in. And then remember the little pipette I have here. I'm going to use that to fill my jars. Okay, so this is a plastic pipette. I'm just going to squeeze it in. And I'm working quickly, like I said, so that the stuff in the, fill it all the way to the top, so that the beeswax and stuff in here doesn't start to harden. This stuff hardens pretty quickly. This way I can fill these up and not spill it all over the place, so this pipette is really great for that. And then they'll take about an hour or so to totally harden, so you really don't want to try to twist them up until they're completely cool. And then make sure that you label them. There's nothing in here that's bad to eat or anything like that, but This is an itch stick. It's really not meant to go on the lips, and so you don't really, especially with all the peppermint, you don't really want somebody to confuse it for lip balm, because that's definitely not what it is. And the great thing about this size is it's perfect for a purse, it's perfect for the beach, for a picnic. You can just bring it along with you anywhere. It's totally portable. Okay, so we're almost done filling these. And then what we want to make sure we do is we want to make sure that we put the lid lightly on top, because when essential oils are hot, they will evaporate quickly. And you would hate to lose half of your product in the air. So you'll be able to push this further down once it cools a little bit more, but at least this keeps the oils from evaporating too much. So there you have it. There's your very own itch stick you made yourself with beeswax, golden jojoba, coconut oil, and our essential oils, peppermint, lavender, and helichrysum. So if you have any questions, just post them in the blog below this video. I'll also have the recipe posted here for you. Love to hear your thoughts and see how it worked for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Heather Marano, the Merry Spinster with Aramid Herbals. Have a wonderful day. Until next time. Bye-bye.